Good day, everyone. Welcome to our class. How's everyone? Miss Claveria, how are you?
I am doing good po.
Okay, good. How about you, Mr. Castro?
Um, I'm doing good po.
Okay. It's a tiring week, no? But I hope you find your motivation to still continue studying. Again, good day. I am Maria Julian F. CALIMLIM, and today we will tackle about adverbs of frequency. So I have prepared a video about a short conversation between two people. Listen carefully because I will ask you questions later. Is that clear?
Yes
Yeah.
po.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes po.
Conversation 1.
What do you do on the weekend?
I usually stay home, but sometimes I go out.
Oh, where do you go?
Sometimes I go to the beach. Sometimes I go to the park.
I often go there too. Do you ever go to the lake?
No, very rare. It is too far from my house.
Okay. Do I need to repeat it again?
Sige po.
Okay, one more time.
Conversation 1.
What do you do on the weekend?
I usually stay home, but sometimes I go out.
Oh, where do you go?
Sometimes I go to the beach. Sometimes I go to the park.
I often go there too. Do you ever go to the lake?
No, very rare. It is too far from my house.
Okay, so now, based on what you've watched and heard, what are they talking about? Mr. Castro.
I think they're talking about what they're doing on weekends po.
Okay, so what does the woman do every weekend?
Ako pa rin po ba?
Yes.
Um, she said that she usually stays at home, but sometimes she's going out on weekends po.
Okay, good. So where does she go when you said that sometimes she goes out? So Miss Claveria, where does she go?
Based on the conversation po, the woman sometimes go to the beach or to the park.
Go to the park. So how about the man? How often does the man go to the beach? Still, Miss Claveria.
She often go to the beach po.
Okay. Does the woman go to the lake?
Based on the conversation, she said that she very rarely go to the lake because it is far from their house.
Okay. So now let me show you again. Let's continue the video for the second conversation. Same as the first one, you must listen carefully because I will ask some questions. Are you ready? Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Conversation 2.
What do you usually have for dinner?
I try to eat healthy, so I usually cook vegetables.
Really? What kind of stuff do you make?
Sometimes I make soups. Sometimes I make stir fry.
Stir fry. That's not very healthy.
I know, but I don't eat it.
Okay, one more time.
Conversation 2.
What do you usually have for dinner?
I try to eat healthy, so I usually cook vegetables.
Really? What kind of stuff do you make?
Sometimes I make soups. Sometimes
stir fry. That's not very healthy.
I know, but don't eat it. That
Okay. So based
conversation break.
based on the second video, what are they talking about, Miss Claveria?
They are talking about what they usually have for dinner po.
Dinner. Yes, correct. And what does the woman usually cook to be healthy? Still, Miss
Based on
Claveria.
the conversation, the woman cook vegetables to be healthy.
Yes, she usually cooks vegetables. So, what kind of foods does the woman prepare, Mr. Castro?
She said that sometimes she makes soups and sometimes she makes stir fry.
Stir fry. And how often does she eat the stir fry, Mr. Castro?
Since she knows that it is not so healthy, she does not eat it often.
Okay, she doesn't eat it often. Thank you so much. Now, let me go back to my slides. Is my slide visible?
Yes
Yes.
po.
Okay. So now I have here activity for you to answer. You must arrange the phrases on each number. These are based on the first conversation we've watched. Do I need to repeat the video or it's already fine with you to answer?
It's fine po.
Okay, it's fine. So we have here 6 phrases. For the first 3 items, let us have Miss Claveria.
I will read first the jumbled words
Yes,
po,
please.
and then I'll answer. Number 1, out, go, sometimes I. Number 2, stay, usually I, home. Number 3, out, go, sometimes I. In the first sentence, we have I go out sometimes.
Okay, I go out
In the
sometimes.
second, I usually stay home. In the
Last.
third sentence, I go out sometimes.
Okay, thank you so much. Next, 4 to 6.
Um, beach I to sometimes go the, sometimes park go to I the, and last, lake rarely I go to. And
Okay.
um, for number 4, I sometimes go to the beach, or it could be sometimes I go to the beach. And number 5, I sometimes go to the park. And last, I rarely go to the lake.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now I have here my answers. I'll read it aloud and then check if your answers are same with me. So for the first one, I sometimes go out. Second, I usually stay home. Third, I sometimes go out. Fourth, sometimes I go to the beach. Fifth, sometimes I go to the park. And sixth, I rarely go to the lake. So, okay. Here's another activity. I have here 2 sets where you will match set A on the words on set B. Now, it is based on the conversation we watched, the second conversation. So, do I need to repeat the second conversation or it's all right? Okay, it's fine.
It's fine po.
Okay, so question for set A, number 1, usually the answer should be anyone? Mr. Castro?
Based on the conversation earlier, the appropriate word should be vegetables po.
Vegetables, letter B. Okay. Number 2, sometimes. Miss like
For the word sometimes, we have stir fry po.
stir fry. Okay, letter C. So let's check it later. Third one is often. Mr. Castro?
I think that the word often pairs better with stir fry po.
Stir fry. Okay, so here are the answers. No? For number one, usually is paired with letter B, vegetables. That's correct, Mr. Castro. Then second is sometimes it is paired with letter B. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Letter A, soup. Then the third one, often, is paired with letter C, stir fry. Okay, but still, thank you everyone for answering. So, here we have sentences. Will you please read the first three sentences? Mr. Castro again. Oh, your mic is on.
For the first sentence, I usually stay home every weekend. And next, sometimes I go to the beach. Next, I rarely go to the lake.
Okay, so on the first sentence, I usually stay home every weekend. What do you think is the function of the word I?
The word I functions as the subject in the sentence po.
Yes, correct. And how about stay?
It serves as the verb in the sentence.
And every weekend?
I think it serves as the time phrase.
Time phrase. Good. That's good. Um, the last two sentences, will you please read, Miss Claveria?
I usually cook vegetables for dinner. Sometimes I make soups.
So in the first sentence you've read, what is the subject?
I
I. And the verb?
cook
Cook. And the specific time?
is dinner.
Dinner. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. So on these sentences, you may notice that the subject is on boldface. The verbs are underlined, and the words that are boxed are called adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency shows how often something is done, from always to never. For example, taking a bath. What adverb of frequency should be used? Anyone? Taking a bath.
Always.
Or
Always. Yes. Good. So like these examples, it shows how often the person does something like going to the beach. How often does she? So in the second sentence, how often does she go to the beach?
She sometimes go to the beach.
Sometimes, yes. Then how often does she go to the lake?
She rarely go to the lake.
Rarely. And how often does she make soups?
Sometimes she makes soups.
Okay, thank you. So in forming sentences with adverbs of frequency, the adverb usually goes between the subject and the main verb. And the time phrase, it usually goes at the end of the sentence. So subject, adverb of frequency, verb, and time phrase. Again, where does the adverb of frequency usually located? Mr. Castro.
the adverb of frequency is usually located between the subject and the verb po.
And main verb. Okay. How about the time phrase, Miss Claveria?
It usually goes at the end of the sentence po.
Okay, thank you. So do you now understand how to form sentences using adverbs of frequency?
Yes po.
Good.
Yes
Okay, good.
po.
Now that you've understood, I prepared an activity for you. You must compose a paragraph about the things you used to do during summer vacation before the pandemic started. So you should follow the pattern: subject, adverb of frequency, verb, and time phrase in creating your sentences. After that, you are going to read aloud your works. Is that clear? Okay. The paragraph could consist of 5 sentences only. 5 sentences is good. Okay. let me give you 5 minutes to do the activity. So, but if you're done, you may raise your hand. Okay? Okay, so you may now start. Are you done, Kian?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You may now read your work if you're done.
Okay. Before the pandemic, I usually play basketball every after class. I always eat with my friends at different fast food chains. Sometimes we play Mobile Legends during lunch break. But when the midterms are near, we always have group studies in order to pass the examinations. Now, I rarely go to the church due to the pandemic. That's all po.
Okay. Will you please state the adverbs of frequency you've used?
The adverbs of frequencies that I have used are usually, always, sometimes, um, always, and rarely po.
Okay, thank you so much. Miss Claveria, are you done?
Yes po.
Okay. You may now read your work.
Before pandemic, we always go to our aunt's place during summer. Sometimes we just stay there, and often we go to some places where we can spend our time. We rarely go to mountains. Instead, we always go to the beach. We often stay at the beach for a week or so.
Thank you so much. Will you also please state the adverbs of frequency you've used?
Mm, I've used the adverbs of frequency such as always, sometimes, often, rarely, and often.
Okay, very good, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you've learned a lot about our topic, adverbs of frequency. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.